Look closely at your own hands. The solid flesh and bone you inhabit right now is a localized hallucination. What we call physical death is treated by Tibetan masters not as an inevitability, but as a biophysical glitch that can be corrected through a specific documented process. This process is documented even in the modern era. In 1998, Lama Achuk entered deep meditation and initiated a transformation witnessed by his students. Over several days, his body was seen to physically shrink and emit radiant light, until he dissolved into a flash of rainbow colors. When the light fades, these masters leave behind absolutely nothing except their hair and their nails, the only elements of the body considered too impure to undergo the transition. This phenomenon relies on a specific understanding of atomic structure. Your physical form is 99.99% empty space. You only feel solid because your atoms generate a repulsive magnetic force that prevents your hand from passing through a table. This lack of solidity reflects Albert Einstein's discovery that matter and energy are interchangeable. The physical body is condensed energy, a dense pattern held in place by the consciousness that observes it. If the human body is simply light stabilized into a pattern by observation, the rainbow body becomes a technical possibility. It suggests that by withdrawing the specific mental instructions that hold this pattern together, the flesh can be uncondensed. The roots of this protocol stretch back thousands of years before the arrival of Buddhism. It originated in the high mountains of Tibet, within a shamanistic, nature-worshipping tradition known as Bon. In the 8th century, the tantric master Padmasambhava arrived in Tibet. He integrated these raw shamanic forces into a precise new system, creating the framework now recognized as Tibetan Buddhism. Before attempting physical dissolution, a practitioner must stabilize their mind. The protocol begins with generating a fierce, uncompromising compassion for all living beings, intended to anchor the practitioner's intent. The practitioner maps 3 layers of existence. First, the gross body, heavy physical flesh. Beneath it, the subtle body, a network of life force and emotion. Finally, the causal body. This foundational energetic template stores karmic imprints, projecting the pattern of your individual existence. Achieving the rainbow body requires targeting this causal layer specifically. It is the engine that projects the body into reality. If the engine is recognized as empty and stops functioning, the projection simply ceases. To reach this layer, practitioners follow instructions left by the 8th century master Tapiritsa. You sit in complete darkness and fix your awareness entirely and unwaveringly at the point between your brows. As you hold this focus, an inner light will appear. The instruction is to neither grasp at this light nor try to escape it, but to allow it to expand naturally until it encompasses your entire field of vision. This transitions into the practice of trekcho, or cutting through. You sit and watch the endless parade of your own personal anxieties and plans with absolute, ruthless honesty. To separate identity from thought, you apply the pointing out instruction. Your thoughts are chaotic reflections, while your true awareness is the untouched mirror beneath. The goal is to realize you are the mirror itself. The mirror remains unaffected by whatever reflections play out on its surface. Holding this recognition shifts the practitioner into a state called Mahamudra. In this state, non-dual awareness causes the physical world to lose its solidity, appearing instead as a lucid, undefinable dream. Stabilizing this perspective severs the deep emotional attachments that keep human consciousness artificially tethered to a solid physical form. Next are the completion stage practices. These daily exercises begin in the waking state with the yoga of the illusory body. You analyze your own reflection in a physical mirror to consciously blur the line between subject and object, training the mind to see the physical form as an illusion. This training extends into the sleeping state through dream yoga, or milam. The practitioner carries their conscious awareness perfectly intact into their dreams. Mastering lucid dreaming proves that immersive environments are generated entirely by the mind's own energies. This becomes the primary preparation for the moment of death. When the body fails, consciousness enters an intermediate state called the bardo. The bardo is a dreamscape built entirely from a person's accumulated habits and fears. An untrained mind manifests its fears into a nightmare that pulls it back into reincarnation. However, the Dzogchen master remains anchored in pure light as their bodily elements shut down. At the ultimate juncture, the practitioner looks directly at the causal body, the root of the I, and sees completely through it, realizing it never truly existed. Shattering this separate self causes the flesh to lose its energetic structure. It unwinds, bursting into the pure, radiant light from which it formed. The rainbow body is the ultimate expression of this internal mastery. It requires orchestrating your own physical disassembly by vaporizing the causal vehicle that anchors you to the material world. This rigorous approach to biophysics stands in sharp contrast to the comfortable spiritual marketplaces that offer enlightenment without the destruction of the ego. You have a roadmap. Begin tonight by sitting in darkness and applying the brow point focus protocol. Start critically analyzing your dreams to prepare for the bardo. Use this transmission as a wake-up call to stop blindly accepting the solid rules of a simulated existence. Subscribe to Forbidden Protocol and hit the notification bell. Join our community to actively dismantle the illusions of the modern world, and we will see you in the next transmission.